Hello everyone, this is a video response to OuREvilone. In case you don't know who this person is, please check on the link below, and there should be some blue little hypertext that you can click on and see this person's awesome channel. Now then, back to your regularly scheduled Ramad 27 production. Bye!
Hey. Yeah, I thought I'd play around with the voice, see how it worked out. So anyway, I saw your video and I thought I'd do a video response to it. One of the things that I wanted to talk about first is how people defriend you on Facebook. And I think it's more of a point of view type of thing, because we all have different views of how our friends are on Facebook. So people are very loose about it. They'll add whoever. Oh yeah, I know you saw a party, and they'll add you. Well, others, like you and I, sometimes we those people are more important, and sometimes we don't keep in contact with them, but we like having them there because we like to catch up every so often. And we like to know that those people are there if we need them. Our people are more carefree, and they're like, well, I haven't talked to you for a while, so I'll remove you. I haven't talked to you for a while, so I'll remove you. But I guess, you shouldn't take it personally, and just like someone defriended me that I knew from high school, I went ahead and I sent them a friend request and they added me right back. So, I mean, if that person doesn't add you, then still don't take it personally. Who knows what it could be? Maybe they're like, oh yeah, I know, I'll add them later, and they forget. It could be anything. And as for like YouTubers and people who add you and they don't comment or anything, I'm not really sure what to say to that, because it happens. I have like a lot of subscribers who I never hear from, period. I'm pretty sure they watch my videos, but no one ever comments. But I mean, I guess it's the idea of trying to understand why these people are the way they are. Trying to just get your head around it and figure it out, but sometimes you just can't understand it regardless. And if they explain it, you're like, well, I guess that works, but it doesn't fully excuse it. But, if a person who subscribed to you stopped subscribing or defriended you, then they probably weren't really that good of a friend to begin with. I probably put it like that best. And this is just from a standpoint from like a YouTuber perspective in this sense. Moving on, I know you have a stalker. I know that really, prevented you from making videos. But I think regardless if you have one or not, you should continue to make videos. Because if that stalker never made themselves aware to you, you would still be making videos regardless, as normal as possible, basically. The fact that they made themselves aware, it really shouldn't matter. I've made a couple of vlogs before, a while back, about someone who was kind of stalking me. And I would actually just make vlogs and talk about it. And then when I got annoyed, I just stopped altogether talking about it on the YouTube, on my videos, and after that, the problem just basically went away over time. And I think that's a thing I should recommend to you. Give it time. After this huge ultimate event, don't mention the stalker anymore. Continue on like this person does not exist, because you know what? They don't. Whoever they are, they don't exist to you. All they are a digital person, and that's it. Don't worry about them, because they're nothing. They're beneath you. And that's it. That's all I gotta say. About that topic. Not the end of the video. Not yet. So, I see that you mentioned relationships and about nice guys finishing last. Hello. I'm a nice guy. For those who are just watching and tuning in, who haven't seen all of my blog from the beginning. Yes, I'm a nice guy. I am, for the most part, finishing last. And you brought up the idea, a nice theory for some of them, not all nice guys, that we are in love with the idea of being in a relationship. And I find that very interesting. I had to actually think about that for a little bit, because in some ways that kind of applies to me. More, should I say, in my past, because that's what it was, the idea. Because when I would see people in relationships, aside from getting depressed and sad and feeling alone and rejected from the world, I would notice what they had and what I didn't have, and how great it would be to be in a relationship where you would have that. And I think that when I would get interested within someone, that I would kind of hope for those things, almost make it kind of apply to them, even though they wouldn't be providing that. So it would seem like it was the right one when it really wasn't. But in some ways I've kind of outgrown that. I would hope for certain qualities from whoever it is that I would be attracted to, but I have to be more realistic and see what qualities that they actually do have, rather than the ones that I'm trying to hope and try to apply or imply that they have and really they don't. But I think I see it, and yet it's not there. You know, thinking back, not too far back, but just thinking back a little bit, it's been a couple of years since I've had feelings for someone. And sometimes it makes you think, like, there's something wrong with you. But, because it's something that I haven't encountered, I guess, for relationships, even though I haven't really blogged about it. Usually I blog about just love in general. Let's put it like this. Ever since I started high school, usually there would be a crush, maybe every year, something like that. And of course a heartbreak later on that year. Awesome. And we go all the way on through college. But the last person who broke my heart, that one was pretty bad. And I think in some ways it kind of left me, damage is not the word, but more cautious than afraid to get back into trying. It's so whenever I would become interested, I would be more hesitant, and thus I would just kind of move on. And that's the thing. But now it seems like, even though I've had about 2 years time to not so much think about it, but to let things settle, I think I'm ready to take chances to do things I normally wouldn't do, and to just get back out there. Not aggressively, no, but I think I'm more willing to take those chances and get to know someone when or if they're ready. So we'll see. Anyway, that's my gotta say about relationships. And lastly, because I remember you talking about your 90s party. You know why the 90s are so difficult to replicate, to find things? Because we grew up in them, we find them default. We find them normal to us. The Game Boy is 90s. The NES is 90s. Sega Genesis, TurboGrafx 16, all those original video game consoles, almost all of them, are 90s. The yo-yos can technically be classified as 90s because every 5 years they stop production, every 5 years they restart it again. hats, it's not so much the style of the hat, but it's the way you wear the hat, which is classified as 90s. You wear it that way, you can wear it backward, preferably not with this big, huge forehead that this thing creates, but that is 90s. With jeans, everyone usually folds them underneath and inwards, while in the 90s, from what I can remember, would fold them the other way, so they would show that silverish material. Hold on, I messed up my hair. Okay, they would show that silverish material on the inside. Well, mine still have it now, but yeah, when you cuff them outward instead, almost like greaserish. As for shirts, well, it depends what you're really talking about. For the 90s, shirts were usually those striped colors. You'd have logos like Boss, what's the one? Body Glove would be one of those logos. They would vary. If you want Ninja Turtles, Super Mario Brothers 3, Super Mario Brothers, any type of video game shirt is 90s. For like food, go old style. Get the Snickers, whatchamacallits. Whatchamacallits are like classic because you remember the commercials that came out in the 90s. If you don't know what whatchamacallit is, look it up. They actually taste pretty good, but they actually had commercials for those, and they don't have them anymore, but they still exist. Abba Zappa's, Bazooka Joe's Bubblegum, I think. Squeeze-Its are 90s. Ring Pops are from the 90s. What else is from the 90s? You chocolate drinks are from the 90s. All those little Cheetos, Grandpas, and all that stuff, those are from the 90s. But really, 90s, it's almost not so much that's the type of clothes, but it's the way you wear the clothes. And if you're not sure, just type in 90s style, Google it. 90s style, look on images. If not, look at Saved by the Bell. That's closer to the 90s. I can't really think right now about TV shows that would represent 90s styles. I was going to say Who's the Boss, but that doesn't really count. Anyway, I guess that's all I can really think of for now. But if I do think of anything more, I would definitely let you know. And my mom's in the room in the paper. That's what that crinkly stuff is. Yes, thank you for emphasizing. Anyway, that's going to be it for now. So I hope I helped at least a little bit, Rich. And I will talk to you later. Take care. Bye, buddy.